My name is Jason Cogdell, and I'm a benefits attorney who specializes in compliance for health and welfare plans. We provide these videos in an attempt to simplify and make practical certain compliance requirements that apply to employers. Specifically, this video is about the Medicare Part D creditable coverage requirements for employers, specifically 2 annual requirements. And this is a topic that causes confusion for everybody, so I'm going to attempt to simplify this and condense what you need to know about this topic. First, some context. When an individual turns 65, he or she has the option to enroll in Medicare. Some individuals enroll in Medicare, including Part D, which covers prescription drugs. And some individuals, particularly people who are still actively employed and eligible for a group health plan that includes prescription drug coverage, may not enroll in and pay for Medicare Part D initially. They may enroll later. Every year there's a Medicare open enrollment period for eligible individuals that starts October 15th. So requirement number 1, and you may be familiar with this, is that before October 15th every year, an employer whose plan includes individuals that are 65 and older and eligible for Medicare, including Part D, the employer is required to provide a notice to these individuals that just basically says whether or not the group health plan includes prescription drug coverage, and if so, is that coverage creditable? And creditable is a word that applies in this context and nowhere else in your life. But it basically just means, does the group health plan's prescription drug coverage roughly equal the prescription drug coverage that the person could have under Medicare? Information supposedly will help the individual decide, do I stay on the group health plan or do I go to Medicare? And that's a decision that the person will have when he or she turns 65 and then every year at open enrollment thereafter. And there's more to that topic, but not more you need to know. Except regarding creditable coverage, is your plan creditable? Probably. Nearly all group health plans have creditable prescription drug coverage. Some plans have very high deductible or very high out-of-pocket maximums that would not be creditable. And if so, that is fine, because as an employer, your plan is not required to offer prescription drug coverage that is creditable, that is as good or better than Medicare. You're only required to tell Medicare individuals if, for example, the coverage is not creditable. Most group health plans are creditable. When in doubt, call it creditable. We're going to learn from the carrier every year whether the coverage is creditable or not. But requirement number 1, on or before October 15th of every year, only for those individuals who are Medicare eligible, let's give them a notice that reminds them whether or not the coverage is creditable. Requirement number 2, within 60 days of the plan renewal, so that's right now in February for plans that renewed on a calendar year, the employer, the plan sponsor, is required to log into the CMS site, and this is very simple and will not take much time to do, and disclose directly to CMS, which is the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, whether or not the current health plans are creditable or not. And this gives them information on file as they process eligibility for individuals that may later move from your group plan to Medicare. This is a very simple process. We're going to include the link at the end of this video. It's something that you can log in and do in a couple of minutes. I promise it's simple. Basically, employer info, and then you select an option whether or not the coverage is creditable or not. So these are the 2 requirements that apply for employers. Again, number 1, an annual requirement by October 15th, and that deadline is the same regardless of the plan year that applies to your plan. Or requirement number 2, within 60 days of enrollment, log into the CMS site and disclose formally whether or not your group health plan coverage is creditable or not. If you have not done this before, it's okay. If you're tardy doing it, it's okay. We wanted to let you know about these requirements. We recommend that you do them. If you have not done them in the past, that's fine. Let's do a good job of doing them now and going forward. We will absolutely be happy to assist with any questions about whether your plan may be creditable. Again, it probably is, or what specifically you may need to do. I hope that you find this helpful, and if we can help you in any way, we will. Thanks for watching.